10 bodybuilders that actually exist. Number 10. Anthony DeRizzo. Anthony suffered from cardiomyopathy, a congenital heart defect. Prior to his death, doctors warned him if he didn't stop pumping iron and doing steroids, the condition could kill him. In 2006, however, Anthony ignored his doctor's advice and he continued to work out and continued to shoot growth hormones. He flew to Pittsburgh to compete, and the night before his competition, he died of a heart attack in his hotel room. Number 9. Greg Valentino. Valentino was a bodybuilder who was obsessed with getting as big as possible. He was so obsessed, he started taking a popular aid in recent years called synthol. Synthol is a synthetic oil that is directly injected into a muscle to inflate it. The end results look almost unnatural and bizarre, but it clearly did the job for Greg. At one point, his arms were the biggest in the world. The synthol, however, took a toll on his arms, and he developed a hematoma in his right arm, and it started leaking pus. The pus was leaking so much, he tried to drain it himself with a syringe, and his bicep ended up exploding. This resulted in a hospital trip. Number 8. Ruben Arzu. Ruben had a psychological breakdown and was naked in two house owners' front yard. But not only was he naked in their front yard, he savagely beat and broke the jaw of the husband, and when the wife ran inside to call police, Ruben grabbed her by the head and fractured her skull. Thankfully, nobody was killed by his rampage, but he was taken to custody. Number 7. Mufasa Ismail. If you cut out this guy's arms, you might be wondering, hey, what's so big about him? But then when you add those arms back, and you see those biceps, 31 inches in diameter, to give you a reference, that's about as big as the average man's waist. Each picture I look at, I can't believe it's real. I want to really see it in person. He has an insane exercise regimen of eating 7 pounds of protein a day. He denies any claims of cheating with stuff like synthol injections, and he complains that buying shirts are just too difficult because of his enormous biceps. Number 6. Andres Manzer. Most bodybuilders want their muscles to pop, and that means to have as little liquid in your system as possible. Many competitors resort to using diuretics before they get on stage to push themselves over the edge, and these can have incredibly scary effects. In 1996, Munzer was rushed to the hospital complaining of stomach pain, and he died on the operating table. His autopsy revealed that he had numerous tumors on his liver, his testicles were shrunken, and his heart was twice the size of a normal man. This was all the result of his chemical abuse. Number 5. Gary Hemming. Hemming definitely demonstrated the risks in bodybuilding in the most extreme way by dying on stage. He was competing in the Masters division at the IFBB event in Victoria when he collapsed from a heart attack after his set. Amazingly enough, the show continued after his body was removed from the stage. Number 4. Sally McNeil. Sally is a former Marine, and after leaving her service, she started her professional bodybuilding career. Sally was married to Ray, who was also a bodybuilder. One time, Sally believed that Ray was having an affair with a woman, so she savagely beat her up. Ray thought things couldn't get much worse, but in April 1996, Sally unloaded a shotgun into Ray's chest, killing him instantly. She is currently in jail, and she still claims that the murder was in self-defense. Number 3. Chad Brothers. Chad Brothers was working out at Gold's Gym in New York when he tripped and fell off of an elliptical machine. That is all it took to send him into a rampage. He started toppling over machines, throwing equipment, and even threatening other people. When the police finally showed up to try to apprehend him, it took 2 shots with a taser to finally bring him down. He passed out and died an hour later. Surveillance video later showed he was on a lethal combination of PCP and steroids. Number 2. Gordon Kimbrough. Family members attest to his shy and caring nature before he started taking anabolic steroids. These steroids completely changed his personality. The artificial hormones turned him into a very different person, and in 1993, he snapped and murdered his fiancée. This was all in a fit of passion because he thought she found another man. The next day, the police found him at the crime scene trying to inject enough Lysol into his neck to kill himself. Number 1. Bertil Fox. One of the scariest effects of human growth hormones on the brain is it can lurk unnoticed for years. After winning multiple titles in the US and England, he returned to St. Kitts with his wife to start his own business. Totally out of the blue one day in 1997, he walked into the dress shop that his mother-in-law owned and shot her and his wife with a pistol. He still claims it was in self-defense, but the evidence was against him, and he was sent to jail for life. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe for more top 10 lists, and I'll catch you guys later.